Good evening, everyone. The forecast shows that tomorrow will feel quite cold in some places, especially with snow expected on a higher ground. Although there will also be some sunny spells in the coming week. Starting in the south, Dumfries will enjoy the brightest weather tomorrow, with high around 7 degrees Celsius, which is actually a bit warmer than usual for this season. Moving east, Aberdeen, Aberdeen will be stuck under low cloud most of the day, while Edinburgh will face thick fog, causing poor visibility on the roads. So drivers should be extra cautious. As for the outer Hebrides, they'll have the roughest weather with heavy rain arriving from the west tonight. In the Glasgow, temperature will only reach about 2 degrees Celsius, making it feel especially chilly, so people may need to turn on the heating or wear extra layers. Further north, near Inverness, the forecast is for light rain and a few showers. And even further north in the Orkney Island, it will stay dry for now with no snow or rain yet, but it will be very windy. That's the outlook for now. Some cold and wet weather ahead, but better conditions are on the way. Stay warm and good night. Hello and welcome back to the What's Cooking, the show where I teach you simple ways to prepare delicious meals. Today I'll be showing you how to make a mushroom risotto. It's actually quite easy. First, melt 25 grams of butter in a saucepan. Then add half of a large onion finely chopped and cook it for about 3 minutes. After that, add 350 grams of borio rice and stir it well. Now it's time for the liquid. You'll need about 1 liter of vegetable stocks and 150 milliliter of dry white wine. Add the liquid slowly, a little at a time. While stirring, keep adding more stock bit by bit until the rice is fully cooked. Here's one I prepared earlier. It already smells delicious. To finish, turn off the heat, stir it 40 grams of grated cheese, cover the pan and let it sit for 5 minutes. And that's it. After 5 minutes, you'll have a perfect mushroom risotto. Next week, I'll show you how to make one of my favorite desserts. Hi there, welcome to Shake It Off Fitness. How can I help you today? Thanks, I've been planning to stop by for a while to get some details. Could you tell me a bit about the place? Of course, what would you like to know? I noticed the sign outside saying you offer the most affordable membership in town. Is that true? Yes, that's right. If you happen to find a cheaper price somewhere else, we'll match it. Plus, we don't charge any joining fees or cancellation fees. Sorry, what was the last part? Cancellation fees. Some gyms make you pay if you leave early or before a set period, but we don't do that. Oh, that's good to know. What about your opening hours? We're open from 5 a.m. until midnight, so not 24 hours then? Almost. We used to be open all night, but hardly anyone wanted to work out at 2 a.m. Makes sense. Do you also offer personal training, like individual assessment? Yes, we do. As our brochure says, we'll explain what exercises you should do, how to do them, and why. Have you ever trained with a personal trainer before? No, never. That's fine. For your first session, we'll assign one of our qualified trainers to you. They'll design a work plan just for you and guide you step by step. We even include nutrition advice as a part of the plan. Wait, so all of that is included in the membership? Yes, exactly. If you want to keep training with the personal trainer after those initial sessions, then we can discuss extra costs. But the first plot is included? That sounds really good. Do you have any other questions? Yeah, why should I choose this gym instead of others in this city? Well, besides our great prices and personalized support, yeah, that's what I mean. Here, take a free day pass. Come by and try it out for yourself. You'll get a feel for the facilities, the staff, and even the chat with our members. Sounds like a plan. Thanks a lot. Hi, I'm Jackie. Welcome to AB Health Club. If you come with me, I'll give you a short tour. Over here in the swimming pool, oh, it looks so nice. The pool is open every day except Thursday afternoon when we close it for cleaning. Okay, got it. We also run classes in the pool. For example, we have swim for fitness classes on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 2 p.m. and water aerobics on Tuesday and Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Each class lasts 1 hour. Alright, where's the gym? Just this way. Wow, it's really spacious. Yes, you can use it anytime we're open. We offer a wide range of classes like aerobic, cycling, running, and more. Do you also have a yoga? Yes, of course. We have beginner yoga on Mondays and Thursday at 9:30 p.m. and intermediate yoga on Tuesday at Fridays at 11:30 p.m. Great. By the way, is there parking available? Yes, but it's not free. It costs about €1 per hour. Our opening hours are 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. on weekend. So would you like to sign up? How much does it cost? There's one-time joining fee of €70 and then you choose your membership plan. When do you think you'll usually come? Mostly evening and weekends. In that case, you'll need a gold membership, which is €50 per month. I see. Well, thanks a lot for the tour. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Yes, maybe. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Today we're going to continue from last lesson. What we talk about the advantages of playing sport regularly. Let's start by reviewing what you remember. I'll ask a few questions, and I'd like you to discuss them in your groups. The first question is: Can you name three physical benefits that sport bring to the body? Group B, what do you think? We've thought of two. Okay, let's hear them. Playing sport can help lower high blood pressure and reduce the risk of diabetes. Excellent. Does anyone have another benefit? Yes, sport is good for your bones. Correct. It makes our bones stronger, especially while we're still growing. We also mentioned last time that sport is good for our minds because of certain chemicals released when we exercise. Can anyone remember the name of the chemicals and how they affect us? Group A? Are they called euphoria? Not quite. Anyone else? They're called endorphins and they make you feel really happy. That's right, endorphins boost our mood and make us feel positive. Sports also helps improve concentration, which is why physical education can actually support better academic performance. So that was last week's discussion. Today, we're going to think about whether individual sports or team sports are better. Let's take a quick vote. Who think individual sports are better? Thank you. Now, who prefers team sports? Both types have their advantages, but personally, I believe team sports often provide greater benefits. Can anyone give me some examples of individual sports? karate, swimming, tennis. Good. Now, to succeed in an individual sport, you need a lot of self-discipline and motivation, which isn't always easy. But with regular practice, you can clearly see your own progress. Also, when you compete alone, your victories and failures are entirely your own responsibility. Now, in your groups, discuss the possible advantage, advantages of team sports compared to individual sports. Group C, what did you come up with? We think being in a team helps you stay motivated. Since you don't want to disappoint your teammate, you're more likely to show up to practice. Excellent point. Being a part of team encourages commitment and consistency. Well done. Any other ideas, Group D? We think it's boring to play alone. It's much fun with friends. Absolutely. Being part of team gives you a sense of belonging. Research even shows that joining a team can lower the risk of depression because members build supportive relationship with one another. There are other benefits too. Working with a team means learning to cooperate and rely on each other. Success is shared, so there's less pressure on one person, which makes it less stressful overall. Can anyone tell me what kind of skill do you develop when we're working in a team? Communication skill, since you need to talk with teammates. Very good. Any others? Group C, negotiation skills. Exactly. You learn to negotiate and build trust with other while working toward a common goal. These are valuable life skills, not just sport skill. So as you can see, there are many benefits of being part of team. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is choosing a sport you genuinely enjoy, whether it's individual or team based. The 2020 Olympics may still feel far away, but people are already debating which new sports could be added. Today, I'm joined by two athletes who hope their sport will make it to the games. First up is Johnny Mills, who's into wakeboarding. Johnny, can you explain what wakeboarding is? Is it similar to surfing? Kind of. It started in California when people wanted to surf, but didn't have waves. It's also a little like water skiing because the rider is pulled along by a special speedboat. How fast does the boat usually go? Around 25 miles per hour, sometimes less. The rider uses the waves created by the boat to jump into the air. And that's when you do all those fancy tricks. Exactly, you can do sprints of up to 1,260 degrees. That sounds impossible. Not at all. Though it's definitely extreme, you spin 3.5 times before landing again, hopefully without falling. You really should come watch. There's a big event called Wakestock in July. That's in Wales, right? Yes, in Aberystwyth, North Wales. It's a huge wakeboarding and music festival right by the beach. Maybe not California, but still a great spot, and it attracts amazing riders. So how many people actually do wakeboarding? Around 3 million worldwide. More men than women for now, but the number of women is growing quickly. Most competitors are in their teens of 20s, but really anyone can give a try. Is it connected to other sports? Definitely. There's a big crossover with surfing and skateboarding. The tricks and even the names are often the same. And judging by your style, I'd say the fashion is pretty similar too. Yeah, the clothes and overall lifestyle are alike. Interesting. Now let's move on to our second guest, Jules Russell, who plays roller derby. Jules, can you tell us a bit about the sport? Is it? becoming popular, very much so, especially in the UK. There are about 60 leagues here and around 1,200 worldwide. You'll find teams in the US, Canada, Scandinavia, Australia, and many other countries. And it actually began in the US, didn't it? Yes, back in the 1930s. At first it was more entertainment than sport, but it died in the 70s. Then it came back in Texas in 2001. And since then, it's because growing fast. How is it played? Each team has 5 skaters on a full track, all moving in the same direction. Every team has one jammer who scores points by overtaking opponents. The rest of the players try to block the jammer, but only within the rules. The team with the most points wins. Sounds pretty rough. It is contact sports, so there's pushing and plenty of falls, but serious injuries are rare. If someone deliberately trips another skater, they're penalized. But you do try to intimidate each other, don't you? Yes, that's part of culture. Team used to wear crazy costume, though now the sport is more professional these days. Players train 3 or 4 times a week and work out in the gym. You have to be really committed and in good shape. We still keep our nicknames, though I go by the Jewelry. Is it mostly women's sport? For now, yes. There are some men's team, but it's still mainly female and amateur. Things are changing quickly, though, so the future looks exciting. Being included in the Olympic would be amazing. Johnny, what do you think of roller derby? Honestly, it's intense. Those women are scary, but I wish them the the best with their Olympic hopes, just like us. Well, good luck for both of you. Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about some British festivals. You probably already know about the Notting Hill Carnival in London and the Edinburgh Festival. But I want to introduce you to some lesser known ones. Many of these aren't really festivals, but unusual races and competition. Some have been around for centuries, while others are more recent traditions. Let's begin in London, Scotland, with the burning of the Clavey. This happens every 11th of January, which used to be considered New Year Day on an old calendar. A whiskey barrel is set on fire and carried through the streets as a giant torch. People used to keep pieces of the burned wood to protect themselves from evil spirits, and the fire itself is thought to bring good luck for the year. At the end of January, further north in the Settle Island, there's another level fire festival called the Heli A. It looks ancient, but it actually started about 130 years ago. People dress as fake Vikings, carry flaming torches, and parade a Viking ship through the street before setting it on fire. Afterwards, there's a lot of dancing and celebration. Now moving to northern England to on Shrove, this day also called Pancake Day. Scarborough has a tradition where a special bell is rung. People go down to the road by the beach to skip with long ropes, sometimes 15 people on one rope. They also hold pancake races where runners carry frying pans and flip pancakes while racing. In spring, there's a very famous tradition in Gloucestershire, cheese rolling. A round of cheese is rolled down a very steep hill, and people race after it. Most of the time, competitors fall and tumble down, so it's not exactly safe. Still, people from all over the world come to watch. though usually someone from the local village ends up catching the cheese. From running people to racing animals, there's even a world snail racing championship in Norfolk village. Snails race from the middle of a circle to the edge, and the winner gets a big bunch of lettuce. The event ends with a barbecue and party of owners and spectators. This quirky custom started in the 1960s from a man saw snail racing in French, and now in Britain, we don't eat the snails afterwards. Some even strangers contests include onion eating competition in Gloucestershire, where people race to finish a raw onion, and the black pudding throwing championship in Lancashire. In that one, contestants throw back puddings, a kind of sausage made with blood, at a stack of Yorkshire puddings where whoever knocks down the most wins. In September, in the Edgermont Crab Fair in the Cumbria hosts the World Burning Championship, a contest to pull the ugliest face possible. This fair has been running since 1267. One most winner even had all his teeth removed to make his face look more glorious. Finally, in Brighton, there's the clocks festival to mark the winter solstice on December 21st. This tradition began around 20 years ago and is now very popular. People create lanterns and clock-themed figures out of paper and wood, parade them through the streets, and then burn them on the beach. The festival ends with a huge fireworks display. So those are just few examples of Britain's unusual tradition. Both old and new, would you like to take part any of them? Oh my god. This movie is a sequel to Fun in the City, a film I really disliked. So honestly, I didn't expect much from this one, and well, my expectations were correct. It was terrible. In fact, it was so bad that I'd rather not even talk about it. But since this is supposed to be a review, I feel like I should warn you so you don't waste your money. The film begins with a big wedding scene. I won't go into the details, but the entire scene only exists for one joke, and the joke isn't even funny. It's just awful. It has nothing to do with the rest of the story. Then instead of keeping the characters and plot in New York, like the first film, one of them wins a ticket to India and drags her friends along. That's a classic trick directors use when they run out of ideas move the character somewhere new. From there, the group just gossips, cries, and shops over and over again until the film ends. None of it felt realistic. I couldn't relate to their problems or care about their lives at all. Please don't watch this. The world doesn't need a third movie in this series. Save your money and watch something better. For example, the other big release this week, Twilight Mirror. If you read the book it's based on, you're probably just as excited as I was to see it. This is a movie fans have been waiting a whole decade for. To be honest, I was a little nervous going in. The poster didn't look right, and I wasn't convinced by the casting either. I went in unsure of what to expect, but I ended up loving it. What really stood out was the pacing. The story moved smoothly between the real world and the digital world, and it worked brilliantly. The special effects made the computer world feel alive. I completely believed it. But it wasn't just the visuals. I also connected emotionally with the story and the characters. The movie worked beautifully on some levels. It even reminded me of how magical it felt to go to the cinema as a kid. Just pure fun. I can recommend it though. I can't recommend it enough. Dad, Dad, what's for breakfast? What? What are we eating this morning? There's a banana on the counter. Go ahead. Dad, it's that banana is all brown, and I think the cat took a bite out of it last night. Wake up. Okay, okay, there's a cereal on the cupboard. Just grab some. There's no milk left. Then use powdered milk. Oh, no way. That stuff tastes gross and it's always warm. Come on, Dad. Fine. I could make some pancakes. No, thanks. Last time you made pancakes, they were like bricks. Even the dog wouldn't eat them. Not bad? Alright then, but why are we even having this conversation? You're 19, make your own breakfast. I'm going back to bed. Because you love me. And besides, you promised you'd cook if I washed the dishes last night. Fine. How about eggs and bacon? Can I mess that up? Okay, but don't put any of those weird mushroom in again. Got it. Keep it simple. Exactly, but hurry. My friend is picking up me soon. On a Saturday morning? For what? He's talking me fishing. Fishing? Since when are you into fishing? Since Dirt gave me this ring. What do you think? What do you think? What? You know what? I'm not even going to ask. Let me just cook first, then we'll have serious talk. Oh, he's already here. I'll just grab $20 from your wallet and get breakfast on the way. Bye. What? Oh no. Hello everyone and welcome to today's show. Joining me is my daughter Ashley, who has bravely survived my kitchen experiment over the years. Survive is right. So are we finally eating? No, just yet. Be patient. No, for all my loyal listener, you might know that I started cooking almost 30 years ago when my grandmother taught me in her little kitchen. She's the reason I learned everything I know. Admittedly, I never actually went to proper cooking class. Maybe you should have. Yeah. My daughter loves reminding people of my greatest hits, like the time I left a chicken in the oven until I turned into charcoal. You forgot the part where we had to use the fire extinguisher and order pizza. True, but let's move on. Today I want to share one of my all-time favorites, my chocolate chip cookie recipe. Now don't roll your eyes and say not another fattening cookie, because this one is low fat, low calorie, and even low cholesterol. A guilt-free dessert for the family. Still sweet and tasty though. Absolutely so. Here's how it goes. First, mix together the sugar, flour, egg whites, light butter, vanilla, baking soda, and just a pinch of salt in a big mixing bowl. Then toss in the mini chocolate chips. You always use the mini ones, but we'll or rather have the giant chunks. Yes, I know, but mini chips keep it balanced. Anyway, don't forget to preheat the oven to 350 degrees before you bake. Once the cookies are golden, take them out, move them off the sheet, and let them cool before the little fingers steal them too soon. Did I miss anything? Yeah, you should warn parents with college kids to bake extra. Otherwise, the beach disappears in seconds once their roommates find out. Good point. And of course, don't forget the kids who are still at home. Exactly. Otherwise, you'll be left with one cookie, a messy kitchen, and a very sad cook. Haha, so true. Well, that's it for today's show. Next week, we'll tackle the challenge of feeding hungry teenagers on a budget without selling the family car. Until then, goodbye.